Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These five are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news.
It's very outside of the box.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares.
Shattered.
A to B.
Uncut. Is that you? Shatteredcastonline.
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered cast on
Complete fuckers. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and shut the fuck up, Chip.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shattered Cast Uncut, episode 307. We are 307 years old. We have discovered the rebel uprising that is plotting to dethrone us, but we, through a monkey wrench in their plans, we gave every single member of the rebellion an Omnigonics figure, and now they are turning on themselves.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, and I need to clear my throat. There we go. That was great. So joining me tonight, we have a very special episode. Unfortunately, everyone's favorite law attorney, Robert D., is not joining us tonight. He's busy hosting Thanksgiving, which means the poor soul has to cook for like 35 people. And that's just on his side, not counting what's on his wife's side. And, of course, Mr. Greg Sullivan. I said his full name. Greg for Mercy. He'll be joining us later on tonight.
I feel like if you're in the cafe and you don't know his full name, wow.
Yeah. That's on you, bro. That's on you. But he'll be joining us later on tonight, hopefully. He's feeling a little under the weather. You know, he's been through a lot. We love him. Lots of hugs and cuddles, kisses and smuddles. Is smuttle a word? Whatever. We'll roll with it. Fuck it. We'll get it in post.
It is not, man. It is not.
It is now. Goddamn right it is. But joining me tonight is the engineer himself, one of the world's smartest men, according to me, Mr. T2RX6. Justin, how you feeling, buddy?
I am well. Not cooking for a family, so that's okay.
All right. Right on. And coming up right behind him, sitting there whispering, "Hail Hasbro," to the people in Paramus Park, New Jersey, waiting at Toys R Us. The only guy to survive a Popeye's drive-thru with only having to drop 3 bodies, Matthew, Creamy Legend, Deluxe Baldwin.
I gotta drop that Creamy Legend, man. Come on now.
I will never drop that ever.
Hey there, everybody. Yeah. How y'all doing? I don't gotta cook for anybody either, so yay.
Yeah. Well, we went to because sister moved in with her dude, and they're going to his family this year. So because we want to host it at our house with hopefully my guest coming tomorrow, a little family tidbit there. But because we live in Florida, we have a lovely supermarket chain here called Publix. Do you have that out there by you, Matthew? You're south.
No, we have a lot of Kroger's.
This Publix offers like a Thanksgiving dinner. We went ahead and ponied up the cash just to have it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I think it's got to be fucking wonderful.
I think Kroger's does that too. I think a lot of groceries, they'll cater or whatever for Thanksgiving and stuff, I think. So.
I hear Walmart does that, but judging a Walmart's up by me, I don't think that's something anyone
I'm good on Walmart on that, dude. Yeah.
No, I'm fine. So, I'm so excited because I get to be the first to do this. Did anybody get anything? I'm going to go first because I got to brag.
Yeah.
I did get the Hasbro smoke screen from the Siege line, which I love. I now have, thanks to Spiros, I now have every mold, every release of that mold. I have Prowl, I have Silver Streak, I now have Smokescreen, and of course a Barricade. So super happy to have these in my collection. I think they're fun. Like I said, I'm that oddball collector, has things. And balling really hard because I turned 40 this past Monday.
Yay!
I got Sony Vegas Pro 16, so I'm gonna be able to edit some pretty good videos coming up.
About time!
Yay!
Very excited.
I'll also do a what you get this week for Robert. He bought everything on Amazon, so he'll be getting a pallet sent to his house.
Yeah.
And then, Justin, what'd you get this week?
I got nothing.
Aha! Just like last week.
Oh, hey, man. Little dry spell.
Yeah. We'll get something.
You got stuff. You got stuff in the waiting on pile, Lou, probably, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit. So actually, you know what? That is not true. I did get something. I got the SH Figuarts Android 21, and I got the SH Figuarts Django Fett because he was pretty cheap on BBTS. And then they're like, you gotta ship your. They're like, this stuff's been like sitting there for a long time. Then like, you gotta ship your stuff in the next 4 days, or we'll ship one of your things. I'm like, well, might as well ship it both. And then like, guess what just came in after you hit ship? The SH Figuarts Boba Fett. I'm like, well, it'll be 6 months till I get him.
Yeah. Nice. And may I say thanks to every Star Wars fan out there that shared that darling little gif of Baby Yoda, or the Baby Yoda thing, whatever they're calling it. I am now hooked on The Mandalorian. Getting ready to watch episode 3 after tonight's show.
It's a good show. I like it. I like it quite a bit.
It really fucking is. I'm not even a fucking Star Wars fan. Like, I tried when The Force Awakens came out, but like of course, with my time in the Transformer fan community, all I did was see like the ugly side of the fucking Star Wars community. So I was like, we're done.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm really digging The Mandalorian, and freaking Baby Yoda is adorable.
If you got Netflix relatively recently, things that made us, or toys that made us, season 3 hit. That was like a week or two ago. It was pretty good. I watched all that. So.
Yeah, I still need to watch that. I haven't watched that one, but the Mandalorian, man, my wife likes it, and we're not. I mean, I like to watch Star Wars stuff. I watch the movies and everything, but I'm not hardcore fan into it. But this is really good. It's a good series. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm not like knuckle deep in it, like shout out to Bobby Skullface or even like Greg for Mercy. They're really big Star Wars fans.
Yeah,
like I'm not that deep into it, but I mean, yeah, I could see the appeal of getting obsessed over it. Like, I never had my wife look at me dead serious looking around and goes, the moment they make a fucking plushie of that thing,
oh, that shit's gonna sell like hotcakes, man.
Like, it better fucking show up.
Oh, well, I already saw online that they already said that like merchandise could be here like as soon as like now. So.
Oh yeah, that's just gonna sell so quick. It's gonna be like Tickle Me Elmo and shit.
I hope that if I saw already that SH Figuarts is doing a Mandalorian, I'm like, I feel like the plot of the show obviously revolves around this little Baby Yoda. So why there isn't like a little Baby Yoda in a carrier, like floating accessory to go with them? Like, I don't know. So maybe they'll add that later. Maybe they didn't release that detail because they said that the Mandalorian was coming as a figure art before, the show released. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah, and I like, you know what, us bigger guys now, there's a Mandalorian armor we can all wear if we wanted to cosplay as it, we can all just be the heavy weapons guy. So
yeah, you know what, I kind of want to get my hands on that. Like, I almost feel inspired to hunt for it. So I mean,
oh yeah, I don't collect Star Wars really. Like I have a few Boba Fett's, and like I said, I have the Django Fett because I just like Boba Fett, like most people do. And now I'm like, I could go for having the heavy armor Mandalorian there. And
Best Buy exclusive. I think Greg's got it coming. Or he already got it, right, Greg?
Yeah, I got it today.
Okay.
Yay! How you feeling, buddy?
Not so hot.
Okay.
Not so hot.
All right. Do you want to talk about if you got anything this week, or?
I got a Mandalorian heavy weapons figure.
So it is a Best Buy exclusive, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Very
cool.
And I got Black Arachnam, Black Widow, and I got some Star Wars stuff. Actually, I got a couple things. Got the Walmart exclusive Luke, the Return of the Jedi, for like the first 15 minutes before he gets shot in the hand. It's a pretty good figure. I've got Dr. Aphra, BT, 000. I got Padawan Obi-Wan from Phantom Menace. I got Darth Maul. And I got got one more. What else did I get? Shit. I got one more figure. Oh, and I got the Battle Droid.
Cool. Very cool.
I was taking advantage of some sales. Buy one, get ones and whatnot.
Yeah, right on.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Matthew, my little creamy superstar, what'd you get this week?
I got him today. I got the MP Black Arachne also, and I got MP 45 Bumblebee.
Yay!
So, and I think, yeah, that's all I got this week. I got some stuff coming in. So.
I ordered my my MP45 through Amazon Japan, so I wonder when I could expect that. I don't know.
Should be soon.
Never.
I know.
Should be soon. Everybody should be know theirs.
Have you checked the tracking on it?
I have not. I'll have to check.
Because a lot of them were stuck in Cincinnati for a lot of people, and it said on mine, and I think it was for Greg too, was shipped Friday. I mean, it was going to be out here Friday, but then it got shipped out today. So, or we got them today and everything. So that's pretty cool.
Well, Amazon always puts a further ship date. On there because they give you a window. True. So
I think mine actually says Saturday too. Actually, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
figure out what my damn Amazon Japan login is because I can't remember.
I'll lock you out, man.
Yeah.
They will lock you out. Fine. That is all I got today, Oscar.
Okay.
This week.
Well, moving on to our first topic. Speaking of getting
you already told us first.
Yeah, he went first. Yeah.
So I'm used to the host going last, but that's okay.
I know, but I was like so happy with my little haul this week.
I understand. Let's move on.
So, moving on, what could be a future haul for me is the Newage Coneheads, which their Seekers have interchangeable hands and stuff, or is it just Starscream?
No, most of their figures have interchangeable hands, so I think I would not expect them not to have it. So,
yeah, they usually come with a pointing finger and a kind of an open jazz hand kind of thing going on.
Okay.
And yeah, they'll all have switchable hands out. Dude, jazz hands.
There is one thing that these new pictures I've noticed that I did not notice when we were talking about the regular Seekers. And I hope that it's one of those things that like it just doesn't really photograph too well, but like that head has that DX9 syndrome where it's kind of really far back on like the shoulders. And
I see that. Yep.
Yeah, like the Dirge picture. Like, I mean, I guess it's not bad. Some pictures it looks worse than other pictures. I'm trying to see. There was one that like it really stood out to me. I was like, whoa. I think. Oh, okay. It's the Ramjet one. The Beelzebub 05, where he's kind of like jetting off the ground and like like it looks so far back there. But like none of the other pictures really look that bad. So maybe it's just a case of on certain angles it looks worse than it actually is. I don't know if it necessarily looks worse than the DX9 ones, but it is something that jumped out this time that I don't recall noticing previously. But other than that, I think it looks great. And they better have those little effect parts for the back of the jet because I think that looks cool.
Yep.
Yeah, they will. I think the blast effects are all. I think Siege is doing it. I think it should become with every Transformer. They should have all blast effects. So I think it really adds something to the figure and everything.
It really does. Like especially if you pose them on your shelf, I think it makes them look more dynamic.
Yeah, playability is fun too.
Yeah, I mean, if one thing that the Siege stuff has shown us is like those little extra effect parts are just like they're awesome. Like they're such fun little things to include that like they can't possibly cost that much plastic. Like the ones that come with the Seekers for like the gun, like they're the same ones that are on Megatron. So it's just pumping it with different plastic. Like it's not something that like you can't reuse for like all your figures as long as they have like the same size outlet of a gun, right? So you can attach it to it. So like it's a beautiful accessory to include, going forward. It gives so much more play value,
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, these are Legends class figures. And what I've really been liking about Newage and all their releases that I've been seeing, whether it be a review that Matthew did or even Bobby, is that they're very intricate and they look like they're like a lot of fun. The only Legends class figures I purchased is like the Magic Square Sideswipe and Red Alert. And those feel less dense. You know, they don't. I don't know.
They're different kind of plastics, kind of.
Yeah, it doesn't intrigue me to want to mess with them anymore. You know.
You said the Magic Square ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's my problem with it too. Like, there's something about it, and I liken it to even the old classics toys. Is like you didn't need to have all kinds of crazy paint on such small toys. Because you just had, like that shiny plastic almost made it feel paint-like, so like you could put that budget into other things. And in this case, it's kind of where the Magic Square loses me too, because it feels very dull and almost unfinished. Like it's like it needs one more step of processing to be a finished product, So I don't know.
Dude, on this page, I love when in alt mode they got the stands that can spread out on each other, and fit into one stand, and that's cool. I mean, and then everybody knows they're making the space. All 6 of these with the Seekers and the Coneheads will make the space bridge,
which is extra cool.
Yeah, I mean they didn't have to throw that in.
That's really smart accessory. Yeah. So.
I mean, they're doing Iron Factory, they did the thing with the Build-A-Figure, they had the Ghost Starscream and the Sunstorm. That was really cool. And now Newage is doing their thing with, adding some, different kind of aspects of, adding onto the figure and everything. That's really cool.
Yep, the little Build-A-Figure feature for these is actually really, build a stand or background is really cool. Yeah. So I'm really, really enjoying this. Do you have any thoughts on this, Craig?
Yeah, they're legends. They look fun, but I probably won't be picking them up.
Gotcha. All right, thinking about picking it up. Good luck on me saying this. Devilsaviour Sandlips.
Which one is this one? Okay, yeah.
This is the third-party company known as Devilsaviour.
I like the anagram used, Sandlips.
This one's Scrapper, yeah. So they've shown 5 of the 7 so far, and everything. So
I really like this design for Scrapper. Very, very neato. I mean, it's not for me. Like I'm like knuckle deep with this freaking Hasbro Studio one.
Studio series, yeah.
But this is very, very cool, especially for those fans that the movies were their G1. So, more power to you. Knock yourself out with this. But God damn, man, that looks.
This was the hand. I love how you can shoot out. I love that where they're shooting out the little claws like he did in the movie when he's on the pyramid and everything. That's pretty cool. So that's a neat little feature and everything. These are cool. I think these are gonna. I'm kind of hesitant to get them. I think they're like $120. I think a piece. A couple of the smaller ones. I'm sure the bigger ones will be a little more. But I don't quote me on the price, but I think that's what they're going for now. So it's pretty cool. Has combined mode and it's got the little thing. I want to know who's coming with the balls. Who's coming with the the second balls?
The wrecking balls.
Wrecking
scrotum. I mean, I was never crazy for the Bayverse designs. Like some figures stuck out for me. I understand everyone's calling Starscream the Flying Dorito. But, it worked for the character, the way he was portrayed as the voice and all that stuff. So, I mean, like, this is something, all right. Yeah.
I think it's neat, but, I mean, it's still, like, I like to see the things like the grappling hooks and stuff like that, but it still just, like, makes me wonder, is it really worth the cost versus the Studio Series? Like, it's definitely an upgrade from the Studio Series, but, like I fear, like, I mean, and this is not, I mean, it probably is 100% worth the cost, for this versus Studio Series. But the question is, like, who are you appealing to? Because I feel like so much of the market is just like, Studio Series is good enough for this, I don't have a ridiculous looking, set of figures as it is, so yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're also looking at price too. You're looking at maybe an $800 combiner towards Studio Series, which is going to be about $200, $250 maybe. I mean, that's a lot of money still, but $800 for a Bayverse Devastator, It's like, I don't know if I want to spend that much.
Yeah,
you know, like it's not all at once. You know, you can buy one each time when it comes out. And
right. It's kind of like, you know, financing it in a way, but you know, it's still. I mean, you still have the deal where you're just dealing with, you know, the cheap version, you know, quote unquote cheap version, or the expensive version, and is it going to be so mind blowing that you're going to capture the people? Because like, I feel like a large subset of your movie collectors are people who have bought mainline stuff, right? So this Devastator may look out of place with the rest of the studio series, whereas the studio series probably looks the same. Yeah. So I don't know. It's going to be tough. I'll be interested to see how it does. I think it looks beautiful so far, you know, for what it is. But I just wonder. I question, you know, how smart of a decision it ends up being.
Plus, I think they used to be another company, or they were known as Bombsby. They don't have really a lot of stuff out, you know, that unless they have some other stuff that I don't know about. But you know, you're going balls deep into a combiner, and you don't have anything really to back it up, you know, to show that you can, you know, make this. So I don't know.
Hey Matt,
maybe they have.
I know you're a big fan of the faces. Let's go to picture 05. And if you look down there, I see the face crotch.
That looks like the from
It looks like Bone Crusher. Am I saying that right?
No, what's the doll riding the little tricycle?
Saw.
That looks like the Saw.
It's a mechanical saw. Yeah, I could see it.
A little bit. Nice.
Is that his hand? What is it? I can't tell what it is, but all I see is the little face there.
I didn't even notice the face there. Good catch right there. I like that.
You didn't even notice there's a face there? Good lord, man. You're going to buy this.
Not on the crutch. No, I don't know. I doubt I get this. I'm in on the studio series. I already got 4 of them. I'll be happy with that. I don't know if I'm going to get these or not. But we'll see.
All right, Gregors, what you think about this, buddy?
Yeah, it looks all right. I like it. It'll be interesting to see how it holds together.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm worried about. Like, they don't have.
I'm sure once we get an idea of how it's going to hold together, it's not going to be too hard to get them.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bunch of metal everywhere and just plastic and stuff. That's what it looks like.
Matt, why are you always hating on Hasbro and Bay, man?
I know, man. You should be loving Hasbro, you piece of shit.
Bay was, he's the Antichrist. You know, he.
No, man, you love him. You want to gargle down his mayonnaise.
I did get to see him at BotCon one time. I think we stared at each other for a little bit. I saw he saw me in the crowd. I know he did.
Were there explosions?
No, there wasn't explosions there. Should have been. They should have.
I just pictured like a 6'5" Michael Bay, and there's Matt going over there staring, and suddenly just
explosions.
Innocent people getting thrashed around the showroom.
And he goes, everywhere.
"Thanks for coming," and he walks away. Matt's all like, "Oh man, I met him."
Hail Hasbro.
Hail Hasbro, man.
That's what he said. He said to me.
Hail Paramount.
Yeah. Hail Paramount.
Speaking of Paramount and things that are looking very delicious, I mean, to quote Homer Simpson, the MMC Bruticus colored prototype.
It looks good. Looks good. I have to later on. I have to go and see what Sunstreaker looks like next to the Zeta, Devastator, because I feel like that's kind of like the quote unquote de facto scale anymore. But yeah, I mean, just looking at it with Sunstreaker and Megatron, I think it looks great.
And the thing is, it's like I just need to get Blast Off for my unique toys and complete my Bruticus. I like it, but this is very sharp. I love the color scheme. I love how it's working. I love the way the legs are positioned there, kind of very reminiscent of the actual G1 toy. But didn't they? Well,
how did the arms like? I don't know. Does anyone really know how like the articulation of the arms, how that kind of looks?
What do you mean?
Like, just kind of looking at the pictures, I mean, they don't really do a great job in the pictures showing, kind of looks like rigid and stiff, but like, is there a good, like joint to kind of get a little bit of sideways out of them, or, like how far away from the body can they get?
I think they did some sort of work on how the shoulder's going to connect. So,
cool.
I don't think there's too much to go by right now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you would kind of have to, but the picture definitely does make it look very rigid right now. But I mean, it's just a picture. Who knows?
Well, Onslaught you're supposed to be out December, so I'm sure we'll see.
Gotcha. Cool.
And
he's the third one. He's the third one.
Yeah, and Pake's done various videos on him in various stages, so there's probably something there. I think he's dealt with like 2 or 3 different versions of the Onslaught, like a test shot. So,
nice.
Yeah, there might be something there. Nothing really sticks out to me, so I don't know if he really shows off too much. But I mean, I think with test shots, I think he was more concerned with just trying to get it to stand on one leg on camera. But you should be seeing it soon. Because as far as Vortex goes, there's just this little like head flap that comes down. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to connect into. So I mean, I think the articulation might actually be an Onslaught for a change versus all in the arm.
They just showed Brawl too, didn't they? Recently?
Yeah, they showed the last one today, or this today or yesterday.
Looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the Zeta one. I'm good on Bruticus.
The Zeta one's really nice. This one looks absolutely like fucking gorgeous. I honestly think their weakest one is that Brawl, because I think my Unique Toys ones looks better than the MMC. But it could be like something different in hand. You know what I mean? So.
Well, something that they didn't really show in those pictures of Brawl, since they just showed Brawl, like they're gonna scale, like they all scale differently to each other, like in the cartoon.
That's good. That's
so
cool.
They're not all even, Yeah. Like once you put them together, they're gonna look different. I mean, if you look at the back of the box, there's it's gonna show in that. But the fact that mask is gonna move around, and Swindle and Brawl are gonna be the same size, like the same height, for a lower leg, even though Brawl is gonna be a good bit taller than Swindle or Blastoff.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Like that picture that's been going around for years. It's like if Bruticus was accurate to scale, and
the shuttle would be
like dragging that one giant
that old
arm.
meme.
Yeah, well,
gigantic arm.
Yeah,
that's a classic. An oldie but a goodie.
This will be a good set. This will be a good set for Combaticons, and I'm sure we'll see combined mode at least once or twice around here, around Chia. Yeah, the Zeta's cool and all, like, because if you squint at it, it looks like Bruticus, but when you really start to look at it, it's like bunch of Stufficus with a Bruticus head on it.
Bunch of Stufficus.
Oh shit! I might have to get these. I don't know. I might check them out later, but I don't know. I'm good on Zeta right now.
Yeah, it depends on if you got anything to compensate for or not. Just kind of depends on how you're doing, how your home life is, I guess.
Yeah, my home life's pretty good.
Yeah, well, you should check these out then, Matt.
Okay, I should. I've heard some good things. I've heard, Vortex was really good, and I've heard Swindle is probably one of the better Swindles that's been out in a long time.
Yeah, I had an issue with the issue with the way one of my arms connected on Vortex, because it was like there was a bunch of screws that screwed everything together, and one arm was a little loose because they bored the hole. It looks like at an angle. Got this mysterious Chinese package. Opened it up. It was not one but 2 sets of parts to fix it. One to fix it, one just in case it happened again. And now it's I've got all sorts of spare parts now. Yeah, to fix like anything in the shoulders that could go wrong. Like if you look at it, you're like, well, this could go wrong. Hypothetically, well, there's a part. I have extras now. I have 2 sets of parts for everything. So.
MMC is really good at their customer service. Like I had that BotCon or TFCon, the yellow Trailbreaker, the one that was like the Baja truck with the little, he had like a little winch on the front. And like, it was quite a while after the convention. I noticed that mine didn't have the little winch on the front. And so I just like, I'm missing the little hook. And they're like, here's the whole new, the whole new
They
bars.
sent you half a TFCon.
Yeah. It's nice.
Well, that's cool. Fansoid is really good on their customer
too.
service too. I still need to fix my own makeup, but they sent me out a part like $8, and they sent me 2 of them. So I thought, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, not bad.
Just in case.
That's good.
That's great. Grand.
That's great. That is perfect. We're just going to move on here to the most important news of all. Noes, MP Black Convoy is coming to kill the line.
So this is going to be Scourge, right? This is not just a black
It's
MP.
gotta be a new. I think it's gonna be a new mold.
Yeah, because if it was going to be MP44, it'd be like MP44B or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, because was he called Black Convoy in Car Robots?
I think that's what they called him over there. I think that's what it was Scourge.
But that's what they call Nemesis Prime too, though.
Yeah, that's a good question. I do think he might have actually been Scourge in RID.
He was a Scourge in RID, yes.
In the Japanese RID?
Yeah, that's what I mean, because they would be naming him
Scourge and not Black Convoy.
So but if they do just do a black repaint,
Big Shoulder Sun,
that would be weird. But I mean, more than likely, what they're going to do, if they do a black repaint, they're not going to add the trailer and all that extra stuff in, and it's probably going to be a little cheaper. But
that could be true. That could be true. That they could be doing, renumbering it, because this is that release, but with no trailer.
And all the extra, stuff and everything. So I mean, he'll be a little cheaper, but.
And in Car Robots, he was called Black Convoy.
Was he?
Well, they call the MP10 black repaint Black Convoy too.
Did they?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this may be just a repaint without the trailer, and
we're back to hating on it. We're back to hating on, man.
This particular thing just says that it makes
this thing is dead to me like cousin Jessica when she was kissing another cousin, bitch.
This does make it sound like it's going to be a RID based toy, though. So that's interesting. So if this does end up being a RID based toy and not just a repaint of MP44 in black color, is anyone more or less excited about it?
I'm excited. I think Scourge is a good character. I think that'd be great. I don't think that's the 80s woman's shoulder pads. That'd be pretty cool.
He is very cool, but like, I question if it's something I would need, like, especially when there's no, MP.
It's out there. I mean, they're jumping to RID now.
It's like
Beast Wars.
I would have rather you have done the MP Optimus before you did Scourge, or Black Convoy, whatever you want to call him. And then like, there's the other thing. Like for me, it's like Fans Hobby. I feel like knocked it out of the park with their Scourge. Like, there's really not a whole bunch on that I'd be like, okay. I would want to replace this figure. Like, obviously, as an MP collector, I may be interested in it, but like, I have a hard time seeing how it could possibly be,
different.
That much better.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, it's a character that you can't really add onto it. It's like Grimlock. You really can't add anything really to Grimlock to make him different than what everybody else is doing.
Right, and it again goes back to like, why not, if you do want to do RID, which I don't think there's anything wrong with branching into Armada RID and all that stuff for MP, why Scourge before Optimus? Like, maybe I can see Scourge before Carbots, stuff like that, but why no Optimus? Like, because now it's just this anomaly on the shelf, kind of. I mean, maybe the draw is that, he's just some unique character that's kind of transcended RID. I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah, but see, all that is what leads me to believe that it's just a black repaint.
Yeah, I think say if you're looking at that angle, then that just tells that it's just
it's possible.
Black repaint. They're going to take the trailer out, but it's just why wouldn't you start with either Optimus or Megatron? But man, if they made That's the 6-changer. For
God,
the
that would, man. I
don't know.
Fucking jump on that. If they made an RID Megatron.
But that would piss off a lot of people. Like, why couldn't you? If you're going to do a 6-changer, why could you not do the triple changers? Well, give us a Springer, give us a Astro Train or something.
Oh yes, that petition will start just like they made a petition for Flame Toys to stop.
The only thing is with a 6-changer Megatron, it's like most of his modes were kind of look like, here's a fan mode that kind of looks like this, like
it's like a dragon.
It's not like it's not like he ever transformed into like a realistic looking elephant. Or like a realistic looking car. Is like he just kind of was like shapes that had wheels, and you're like, that's a car. I'm like, it's kind of a car.
If you squint and turn your head a little bit.
He's got 4 wheels, so I suppose he qualifies as a car. But
but it's weird. Just what Greg said, that if it feels like it's just going to be a black repaint and not a new mold.
There's a whole lot of damn Optimus Prime toys.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have
I'm
a lot.
trying to see if I can find anything else about it. Did they have a mold for Scourge when they did that fan vote thing?
I don't remember Scourge, but I do remember the Armada Optimus Prime and the RID Optimus Prime being options for it. A lot of different Optimus Primes. I think even the Cybertron had that. There was like a Jetfire, a number of Optimuses, is that the one that had Star Saber? I think so.
Yeah. I think they were all like some version of Prime or Star Saber in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
I'm trying to see if I can find any speculation and elsewhere, but or like anything historic as far as naming of Takara.
BPTS has it up for pre-order, so.
Oh, it's BPTS. So this listing may be for fucking Beast Wars Ravage for all we know. Because you know how Big Bad Toy Store's track record of such things go. They're the only ones.
I follow their whenever they put out when it's going to come out. I usually think that's going to be right. Most of like third quarter of 2022 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you call them and you're really nice, you have to call them. They'll actually give you a time of day. They'll give you like within a 2-hour window.
No shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's like UPS. It's like if you have the UPS My Choice, it's the same thing as Big Bad Toy Store My Choice.
652.
Is it one woman telling everybody to do it that is going to be within the 2-hour window?
Yeah, her name's Leah.
Nice. All right, I'll ask for
She's
Leah.
like, I'm showing here. It's going to be out between 2:30 and 4:30 on a Thursday. Oh no, thank you for calling Big Bad Toy Store. No, actually, Big Bad Toy Store's got really good customer service. Say what you will, like say that I ordered some stuff on a Thursday last week and it still hasn't shipped. That's kind of crappy, but their customer service is really nice.
Their shipping is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
But their customer service is pretty second to none for the most part. That's the one thing about them that I've always found appealing. So I kind of give them, given the amount of products and stuff that they stock, I feel like maybe they can get a little bit of a pass on the shipping just because, they're not like Target or Amazon, but they still stock tons and tons of things. So I don't know.
Yeah, different lines too.
I really enjoyed their 32 weeks of sales or whatever.
Yeah.
Like this obscenely long freaking sales period where they were just adding shit every day. And yeah, I got my fans project. Remember them? Warbot Dia-Z back from them for like $50. It was great.
That's the one I bought off you.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Sit and spin, my sexy little friend. I have my own. Oh yes. But speaking of for all you Bayverse movie fans out there, you can calm down now, a Studio Series Arcee Twins 3-pack.
So this confused me a little at first because they said Arcee and Twins, and I thought it was the ice cream truck twins, but they're talking about the actual motorcycle twins, Chromia and I guess.
Well, It doesn't say twins officially, but I'll never forget in the fucking movie when Josh Duhamel, whatever his character, Lennox,
he yells
they're
the twins.
talking about all the Transformers, and he's like on the intercom, he's like, RC twins, move into the whatever.
Yeah, I remember
And then
that.
3 of them pull up.
And everybody's like,
are they going to be Legends class?
They're small. They're really small. They have a deluxe point or deluxe scale or whatever, but
Deluxe
they're
price.
really
Really?
small.
I mean,
Deluxe price too.
They
Yeah,
don't
so-
combine. They're supposed to combine.
It's the same thing as the those like mini cons that they did that one time where they have, 3 small things and they put it in one box and call it a deluxe. So
Because I have that, I have the twins ice cream trucks, and that's a small little figure also. Both them two, combined, they're really small, and these are a lot smaller than that thing. So I was like,
seeing and I understand they have so much to work with, but I'm seeing like the infamous elbow, ball joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got little stands. They can't stand on their own. They have to have little stands and everything. It's a crappy mold. I mean, I never really liked the RC and whatever from the Revenge of the Fallen. But
Did these have a release already? These Legends? Are they just being redone in a 3-pack? 'Cause I feel like I remember seeing.
No, these are.
I
RC
don't recall
in
ever
this size.
seeing them being released
This
or
is
in
a new mold.
the
This is a new mold.
ROTF line.
Okay. I mean, it's
Well,
cool.
they got-
These got a release. These were a
No, they got a
Target.
release.
Yeah, and they combined. The ones that came out, they combined into a. I don't even think it was documented, but they had a combined mode.
Yeah.
That was like a little bigger. It was like a deluxe.
Yeah, they got
Because in the
RC
movie, I
got-
think they combined.
RC, yeah, they got released.
Well, they were supposed to, but they never did in the movie though.
They did in the tunnel for like a second and a half.
Oh,
and then
did they
jumped
really?
Apart. Yeah.
But
Pretty
these
sure.
these all got releases, but these are a different mold. These are smaller than what the deluxe. The ones from the Revenge of the Fallen, they are deluxe scale. These are at a deluxe scale price, but they're really small. They're like legend scale almost, to be honest.
Yeah. I want Wei Chang to oversize these into leader class, so Black Mamba can come along and make them
And-
scout class.
Hot Dog Water will make another one too, and there's some other ones that are going to make some bigger ones. So yeah, I'm sure they'll upscale these and make them a little bigger, but
Yeah.
these are really small.
The thing I like about these though is like if you are a Studio Series collector, kind of like the sense of scale between the car and the motorcycle. So I kind of dig that.
That's true. I'm sure they look. I haven't seen the box. I'm sure they're probably going to look cool in a little box set. Someone might buy them and just leave them in there like that. That'd be very cool too.
So I'm gonna agree because I was scrolling down looking into the comments. I always like to read the TFW comments here. They're very black and white. They either love it or they hate it. But one guy kind of makes a point, and I'm not saying that his comment is correct, but observation-wise, these do have like a more Medusa Gorgon type of effect to them. They have like serpent-like bodies. It's not something I would be used to seeing like an Autobot have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is more like monster, like Decepticon type of thing, like with the Constructicons and their insect faces. The same thing with like Barricade and shit. So like that's another thing that kind of like struck me as odd until I read that comment. I was like, oh no, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
It's ironic we haven't gotten proper Insecticons from in the Bay movies, even though they all like bugs.
Mm-hmm. This is pretty
no,
ironic.
we did. Oh no. I was like thinking, yeah, wasn't there Revenge of the Fallen that Ravage shot a shit ton of them into the fucking Navy base?
Well, there was
Man, those
also
were death pearls.
the one that when Sam found Insecticon, the little bug, whatever, he was called Insecticon. They made a toy of him too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I said. That's why I added proper to it. Yeah, that little
Right,
the beige with the green, blue translucent wings. That wasn't a bad figure.
It wasn't. No,
For what
a
it
lot of the
was.
Revenge of the weren't that bad. I just think the reputation of the movie unfortunately preceded the actual figures. But just how out of control it was. But I'm not a fucking film critic. But
Explosions.
Maybe you should.
Boom, man.
And
is that a pyramid? Hi, man. Let's CG that. Blow the fuck out of that son of a bitch.
And then
Rob,
show Megan Fox's tits and big ass thumb.
Yeah,
I like
her toe thumb she got.
I like how these particular bike robots actually come with a piece to make them stand. Because I remember that being a big problem with.
Well, that was the deluxe. They had a little stand. They didn't. It was part of their. They couldn't stand together, or they couldn't stand on their own. They had to have that little.
Yeah, this one it looks like it's just built into the bike somewhere, right? So.
Like the thing is, like this with me, like it's got to be a 3-pack, so I may or may not get it. I'll have to come across it in a while. I'm not gonna look for a post on Facebook about it, but I will give them this though. There is an obscene amount of detail for these figures. I could kind of see how, okay, these are bike parts. There's the engine, all that other stuff. So, there's a good amount of detail on these. And if you're a fan of the movie, franchise, then this is definitely for you, man. Knock yourself out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the bike modes. I may just leave them in the little alt modes since they're a little small. And they won't take up a lot of room. I may just leave them in their bike modes instead of the transform them, leave them in their stuff. But yeah, Studio Series does really good with it. I mean, they're more detailed and they got better paint usually and a little better articulation than most of the older Bayverse stuff. So, like I said, I've said a lot of times, if I could sell all my Bayverse stuff in one swoop, I would definitely do that and just keep my Studio Series.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame. I mean, so much of the base stuff anymore, it's not worth anything.
Yeah,
and then it's all replaced with stuff that is, in most cases, quite a bit better. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
And the whole thing, I got excited for the Studio Series stuff, but then I think the mass release of Optimus Prime is what kind of wore me out because I saw his mug and I get it, he's the cash cow, right? Him and Bumblebee. But to see them more than anything else out there, it just, I don't know, it kind of I was excited at first when I heard about the trailer Optimus that was released that can combine with Jetfire, but then now it's I look at him, I've seen him in a wild a few times, it's I'm good. And that Megatron they made, I was really excited for that Dark of the Moon Megatron. That's my favorite version of him from the films I've watched. And then still holding him I ended up selling it because it just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I may be incorrect, by the way. They may have said RC triplets. I don't know. Everything I can find seems to point to them saying it, but this is also all fan written stuff after the fact.
I remember Lennox saying twins, but this may be.
Yeah, I remember that too.
I think I did too. When he's
one of them Mandela effects where we all think that they said that, and then they go back and nope, it's not what they said. No, I'm pretty sure they did.
Goddamn wizards.
Bernstein Bears.
Someone will correct us in the comments and stuff. Y'all dumbasses.
Mandela died. He was never president.
They never said twins, dumbasses.
There's only one way to find out, and that's to watch the scene. But I ain't gonna be.
Let's do it. Let's all watch it again.
All right, let's everyone pop in your Blu-ray/DVD and let's all hit start at the same time. Let's Mystery Science Theater this thing.
www.youtube.
Mystery Science 3000. We could all do that stuff for it.
Shatteredcast
got canceled yesterday, by the way.
Oh.
Netflix dropped it. Mystery Science Theater 3000.
I didn't watch the new Netflix ones. I watched one of them and it didn't have the charm to me as the old ones. So I never gave it much of a second try. So maybe I'm part of the reason it got canceled.
I don't think I watched any of the ones. Yeah. I just read it today. It was sad.
Yeah.
So we do have a question from Mr. MP Collector, our #1 fanboy. I made a post on Facebook to see if anyone had additional questions they had. Here we go. All right, so we will get to you, MP Collector, because you've been super cool with us and we love you. Here's one by he considers himself to be a top fan. If you had to sell it all, which would be the last Transformer figure you would part with, and for what reason?
Oh, we got a question from MP Collector.
I know.
Oh, okay.
We're doing
my
it last
lord, man.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you.
I'm sorry. Were you eating a Starscream Dorito?
No, I was, but no, I apologize.
Was you shooting that review for the Subway sandwich?
What was the question?
Oh my God, do it, man! I would love the shit out of that. But
they make you touch little girls though, so I don't know. I'd be curious.
What? No.
Subway sandwiches, man.
Hell yeah, man! Jared, man. Internet porn king.
You know where I can get some young Transformers?
You know, Scout class.
What was the
No, I don't want Revenge of the Fallen. I want Studio Series. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean.
What was the question again?
The question is from one Mr. Paul Andrews. If you had to sell it all, which would be the last Transformer figure you would part with, and for what reason?
Oh man,
damn.
Yeah, that's a tough question because I'm torn between like this is the first Transformer period I've ever got. This is my favorite one, or like this is one my wife got me. So like it's hard to pick. If I was going to pick, I'd probably pick my Fans Toy Springer because that is the one my wife got me. So yeah, I'll keep that one, even if I like the Jazz ones better. So
Paul, when you're listening, this is Oscar Alonso. I'm here to answer your question, and a lot of people know this already, but I have a tantrum, a Generation 1 tantrum on my Generation 1 Predator. Oh, we've heard yours too, and I've had them since I was 9 years old. That is the last one I would ever sell. Bam.
I don't know one. I wouldn't sell any of my stuff.
You have to for the sake of the question, Matt.
Oh, the Starscream statue, my Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Oh yeah, I hope you keep that chicken sandwich on the shelf forever.
It's still up there.
It's good.
Man, there's so much. I mean, I want to say make toy Starscream, but I have two prototypes that I really got, and the boys from Stasis Lock got me a prototype of Starscream, and that means a lot to me. And then I just bought a prototype, Starscream from Ace Milo, and I don't want to sell that either. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard. You got the Make Toy Starscream that I really love. He's one of my favorites. I don't know, man. My last one I sell would be Crapagonics. Maybe the last one I sell. Omnigonics, whatever.
It's a good choice.
You would sell everything else except that?
Yeah. He's awesome, man.
He brings joy.
Oh.
Have you not seen the way I treat him? He's been through a lot of stuff, man.
I feel like Chicken would be number 2.
Oh yeah. Skylinks and Combiner Wars.
So we're gonna have a fun question here from Mr. Big Daddy Cool himself, Sean Love. Favorite dessert and side at the holidays?
I didn't answer.
You know what? I'm tired of your tangent. No, you're right. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
No, it's fine. Much like your uncle on Thanksgiving, that's a loaded question. So I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if I can make up my mind.
Joke's on you. My uncles are dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's getting good.
Yeah, man.
It's getting good.
Damn.
Let me grab my.
Now, which one is the last one you would say?
Let me grab my popcorn.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I mean, you gotta look at everything you guys said. Nostalgia, personal preference of character. I mean, I got a prototype of Dakota order and a prototype of Starscream from Matt.
That's awesome, man.
I don't know if I'd get rid of that.
Don't ever get rid of that, man.
I mean, a Toy World Constructor cuts a mean silhouette. I mean, would you keep Optimus Prime? I mean, that's kind of iconic. I don't know. I don't really have any of my old toys.
You can only keep one, Greg. So if you do keep Toy World Constructor, I mean, it can only be one piece of him.
It's considered
no. And I got the box set.
Yeah, the box set comes with.
There you go,
man.
He showed you, Justin. You feel bad?
If you were to keep one piece of Constructor, though, which one would you keep?
Oh, digging deep, man. Which pet would you kill?
I'd keep the gun. I'd keep the combined mode gun so I could knock off the 7-Eleven.
All right, so back to Sean Love's question. So we have a few we can answer on this episode. It is by the time this airs, Thanksgiving would have come and gone. We hope you're shopping safely on Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite dessert inside at the holidays?
Oh man, favorite dessert, pecan pie. That's just my favorite. That's like one of my favorites. Just like anyway.
I like a good pumpkin pie, but it has to be a good one. Like if it's not made good, then it's kind of gross. I also like apple pie. So, but only my own apple pie. I'm high strung like that. So.
Did you say pumpkin pie to begin with?
I love pumpkin pie.
Yeah. Just don't get it too eggy, man.
Yeah.
I like chocolate pie.
Okay.
That's good. Pretty good. And
I'm a big fan. My favorite side has and always will be stuffing. I've tried different types of stuffing before.
Nice.
And my favorite dessert would have to be good old fashioned flan, as it's. And it's just kind of. I've had it since I was a kid, dude, and it was like, You're able to able to knock your dinner out, and you still had room. Boom, you got flan because
That's right.
you're tired.
There's always room for flan.
Damn right.
Did you say phlegm?
Flan.
Macaroni and cheese is one of my favorite. I do love stuff. I do love good stuff, and who doesn't? But I love some
the shit out of it.
I do. I love some shells and cheese. My mother-in-law makes a homemade mac and cheese, and it's so fucking good. I can't wait to go out there tomorrow, and I love that woman. She makes some really good food.
I'm a mashed potatoes person personally. So.
I think for side, I'd have to say a delicious order of Cajun fries from Popeyes. That's how Popeyes chicken and biscuits. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
That is so.
Shattercast is sponsored by Popeyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's so Thanksgiving.
That's right. Go to your local Popeyes, wear your bulletproof vest, and bring some boxing gloves.
We actually were the creators of the chicken sandwich for Popeyes. If your Popeye says they're out, just go up and say you need the Shatteredcast sandwich, and they'll be like, oh, one of the special crew.
Yeah, use coupon code and you get a damn deluxe discount, 20% off.
Yeah. And while you're waiting in line, check out my review of the chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be awesome.
Officially sponsored
be sure to check out
Popeyes.
my dub of Matthew's.
And check out the dub.
Yes. Also sponsored by Popeyes.
Also sponsored by Popeyes. And remember, we are the #1 Transformers podcast. Don't Google it.
Just they got some good shrimp too. They got some. I love their shrimp.
I would like to see someone go to the Popeyes
fan base. Don't Google that either.
I want to see someone go to the Popeyes wiki, screenshot it, post it on Facebook that you've edited it, and said that Shattercast is the #1 podcast.
We are also the official podcast of Wikipedia. That's www.wikipedia.com.
Yeah, but don't Google it though. It's got to take time to upload into the systems. Don't Google it.
What?
We're not lying. We're serious.
On the big magnet we used to sell, the first thing, we put like the #1 podcast, your mom?
Yes.
Or something like that.
Your mom's favorite Transformers podcast.
I could have swore we put that on a big ass magnet.
We did.
Okay.
I was making apple pies for the kids while they were at the school. I like to listen to Shattered Cast Uncut, don't you know? Here in Minnesota.
So I think we all chose different. Well, especially different sides and everything. So that's pretty cool. The desserts, I think. Yeah, I hate pumpkin pie. I'll really be honest. I can't stand pumpkin pie, but a good chocolate pie or apple pie is really good. And my mother-in-law makes a ding dong cake, and it's really good too.
Jesus,
you don't know what ding dongs are? They're really.
My foot just fell off hearing that.
Diabetus.
Diabetes. One time I had to eat these ding dong cakes, and I was like, oh my god, I don't need legs to rock this shit out.
You don't, diabetes. Man. Like I told you, man. I'm gonna have to take a shit to make room for tomorrow, man.
I'm eating sushi tomorrow.
So one more question. This one is from a guy some of us know. His name is Paul. I believe if I'm saying your last name, Paul, dude, my apologies. Paul Chu.
Mm-hmm. Paul C.
Across all right.
He sure is.
He's from Chicago. He's from Chi-Town.
He's what I call takeout. Yeah. But across all different fiction, what would you say are the best portrayals of the main Transformers cast? You can mix and match from all the different fiction, like G1 Prime, Prime Starscream, IDW Soundwave, etc.
I mean, that depends who you are referring to as the main cast.
Well, let's stick with like the I'll throw out mine. So I would say for Optimus Prime, I will go with not G1. I'm sorry, with Transformers Prime Optimus Prime. That was a lot more stoic, than anything else. As far as a character like Megatron, I would probably. Because after reading like the Marvel comics, I kind of got the idea that Megatron's more of a freaking lunatic than anything else. So I would probably go with RID Megatron, not the RID recent. I'm talking like Car Robots Megatron.
Yeah, the Six Changer.
The Six Changer. He seemed more outrageous and outlandish than anything else. As far as the best portrayal of a character like Soundwave, who I really enjoyed, I'm gonna have to go with Generation 1 on that one, and then someone like Starscream.
I would most likely have to go with Transformers Prime because that was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Even though, like, you know, I could tell Steve Bloom voiced the character. He really did do a really good job voicing him.
No, that character, Starscream
just
that is just.
You just looked at him and was like, I ain't lending this motherfucking money because he ain't paying me back. So.
Well, just the the backstabbing, the swiveling, just the crying and everything when he got caught doing. I mean, it's just that was Starscream.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, G1. I love G1 Starscream. Don't get me wrong. One of my favorites. Always we've been a favorite. But what he portrayed in Prime that was excellent. I mean, that was a great portrayal of Starscream. I mean, even the figure, the slim, sleek kind of jet thing and all that stuff. It just looked really good.
Yep.
Yeah, so for me, this question's a little tough because, like, I feel like so many of the characters, like, I feel fondly of them in other continuities, like you guys do, because of G1. Like Prime is the most Prime to me in G1, and then there's other versions of Prime that are very similar, like Transformers Prime, but, like, that heroic Prime is G1 through and through, and, like, the sniveling Starscream is G1, the stoic Soundwave is G1, like it's hard to get past G1 for me in that regard. But right. Like if I kind of take G1 out of the equation to kind of make things more interesting and like use it like, okay, G1 is the base, like it's the primer of these characters in, which other continuities kind of get it right, and like expand upon what we've seen. I start agreeing with you, like Prime, definitely the RID or the Transformers Prime version. Bumblebee, I actually give that kind of to Transformers Animated because it's that like very childish, kind of unresponsible character. And like I know Bumblebee in G1 kind of wasn't quite that much, but like he was always supposed to be like the young, kind of relatable one. So I feel like
Animated is totally different from what G1 was. Especially Prime. Prime wasn't.
Oh yeah, Prime is totally different.
Different.
But I feel like Bumblebee kind of captures that young kid. More so even than I think G1 may have captured Bumblebee in that regard. And that's like in terms of animated, like while I love animated, I feel like it's the biggest departures of all those characters. I mean, Prowl's a freaking ninja instead of a by the book guy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Starscream was good in anime. I think he
was good too. Yeah,
split personalities and stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the guy who voiced Starscream, I don't know his name. He was how do I say this? Like he felt really annoying because he felt like he was trying to do a Chris Collada impression.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
I can say that.
Do this, and it's like I rolled my eyes every time he was on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But
I thought that not because of the voice. I think just his character, the way he portrayed, like the split personalities. I could see Starscream having that.
Yeah, I enjoyed the portrayal of Starscream in animated, but I would give Prime my favorite Starscream outside of G1.
You guys are I'm gonna need you to not talk crap about animated Starscream there for a second. Do you know who voiced animated Starscream?
You.
Well, he lives in a pineapple under the sea.
Oh, SpongeBob. Is that who voiced it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Tom Kenny, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Not a fan of SpongeBob either, so I'm good.
Look, you motherfucker.
Whoa. Grab some popcorn. It's getting
My
juicy.
favorite Thanksgiving side's going to be Barry and Oscar's ass out behind Grandma's house.
Oh, my face down, ass up, brother. Whee!
That's the way we like
it. Yep, Tom Kenny.
Okay.
And Patrick voiced Bulkhead.
I can see that.
I didn't know Patrick. Yeah, I knew that was.
The one thing. So I will disagree on Soundwave. I think the Transformers Prime Soundwave was super awesome. Like that. Yeah. Him just kind of being like a drone that had no personality really, but like he was so maniacal and everything like that. Like, I love that.
Still loyal,
he was like very dangerous too.
Yeah.
He was fiercely loyal. Like when he took out, what was it? When he took out Black Arachnia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like here she is, she's kicking Autobots' ass, and she steps up to him, and she's like, please.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I dug that, but I like the very options you had with the G1 Soundwave. You know, he had Rumble, he had Frenzy. I don't care what color you think they are. You know, he had freaking Ravage. He had Laserbeak. You know, he had a complete and utter recon team at his disposal. And he too was also, you know, immensely loyal to the point where when Megatron came back as Galvatron, they held hands and flew together.
Yeah, they did.
I can show you the world.
Do you think Soundwave would have been a good leader, a Decepticon leader?
I don't think so.
If you're able to stomach, I remember having these conversations with Bobby. The artwork from the UK Transformers run. There was an art called Space Pirates. And you know, in a lot of the comic books, even in IDW, he's not written to kind of speak things like the way he says it in the TV show from G1. You know, it's not like observation, termination, operate, you know, shit like that. He's the way his dialogue's written, he's like, he speaks regularly, and he led a group of fucking, you know, space pirates, and they were pretty successful. You know,
wasn't it a BotCon thing for the space pirates? I think they did a BotCon.
They've had various little pirates throughout.
Yeah,
like
but it wasn't like based
stuff.
on. I'm not familiar with the BotCon exclusives, but I know for a fact it wasn't based on like the UK comic run.
Okay. Nice. I mean, it was like I want to say 15 or 16. Because Soundwave, he was a white Soundwave, and he had like a headband. He was like a.
I thought that was the like Heralds of Unicron set where they were like a rock band.
No, they did, but they did. Well, they did. That could have been. They did that too, but there was also a.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which one was the Soundwave with the headband. I know which one you're talking about, man.
16 or 15 or something, maybe around that age. Dakota, he'll know. He's a big BotCon supporter. So I remember that was a
BotCon, not Dakota.
Not Dakota. Dakota's still alive and kicking. But yeah, there was a pirate theme for the box set and the exclusives 1 year. I want to say 16 or 17, I think, give or take, somewhere around there, something like that. He'll correct me. I know he will.
All right, Gregors, what's your little best portrayals list?
Oh man, I don't
know, man.
Yeah, man, I don't know. There's too many options. I just woke up.
Don't bother me on my night, man.
Hey, look, my sleep cycle's off.
I didn't give you the flag to start dropping. I was just jabbing a little bit.
I'm gonna give you a damn flag to start dropping. All right, man. I can dig a hole. I can dig a hole big enough for two.
Yeah, it better be a big hole. 'Cause I'm a big guy.
I might need some help. Actually,
yeah. That's what's a good thing about big people. We never get kidnapped.
2 men and a backhoe working on Thanksgiving.
I like the backhoes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised. Did anyone say anything about throwing in a Starscream from Armada in there?
No, but
that was a good one too. That was a good heroic.
That was for the one thing I hated the most about that show, which was like the kid factor. Right, I think that's one of the best portrayals of Starscream that I like, besides the Prime.
Instead of Megatron, I'd throw in Gohan, and then Optimus Prime. See which one's gonna win.
You sound like the guy that's drunk down my block right now, having a bonfire, going, "Hey man, you go join in because we got this here old Milwaukee free." Woo! Rob the bear truck.
Got a 34 case or 24 pack, whatever.
Yeah, I have a hard time with like fantasy dream team kind of questions because like I think about it a little too hard, and I don't have time to really think about it.
I think you would be a very. I think it's safe to assume one of your choices would be the IDW Shockwave.
Yeah, well, I was actually just thinking Shockwave when you started talking. I was I don't think anyone mentioned a Shockwave yet.
And the comics Shockwave was pretty brutal.
The IDW was like the most. God damn. Like, yeah. I love that version of Shockwave from the IDW comics.
That was the damn Emperor Palpatine appointed.
I know, man. He was the dark Sith Lord of the transforming robots that are sentient, autonomous beings from another world, in which came to enslave us.
It didn't matter how many eyeballs he had; he did foresee it.
He sure did, man. He showed us. We got punked sexually.
All right. Is that the last question we got?
That is. I would like to go to MP Collector's question.
Okay.
Because he's been very.
No, yeah, we read one.
As always, you could always, if you guys ever want, you could post them on our Facebook wall, or you can send us an email at shatteredcastonline@gmail.com. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, question number 164. Are you guys serious?
Probably. He's been around for a bit.
But I don't know who you are, MP Collector, but you just became the love of my life.
I feel like it should be higher than that.
Oh, that's
Maybe
a lot,
he's
though.
off.
I mean,
I don't know
he's
who
missed
you
a
are,
week or two.
Collector, but you better come to TFCon 2020. I'll have a beer with you.
He was there last year. Saw it here.
He was there this year. Yeah, too.
Yeah,
So
or this year. Yeah, that was.
I'm going to go ahead and just read this question. Not sure if I missed the cutoff for this week's show. I don't know what your recording schedule looks like for Turkey Week, but I'd love to hear you guys talk about. Say what?
It's Wednesday all the time.
Yeah, it's every Wednesday we record now. Routine, baby.
That was Justin peeing on the floor to establish his dominance.
I always pee on the floor to establish my
I
dominance.
am covered in it, and it is like high school all over again, except he's not my gym teacher, and I am wearing clothing.
All right, Amen.
So, okay, so I'd love to hear you guys talk about the future lines you would like to see Hasbro tackle. Like, what the theme should Hasbro go with once they are done with War for Cybertron Earthwise? What possibilities are even left to explore?
Beast Wars. I think they should do another main line of Beast Wars stuff.
I think they should have like another crack at it, like a more modern take and engineering on the Beast Wars line, Matthew.
Yeah. Well, and plus the 20th anniversary is coming up. Or 25th, I'm sorry, not 20th. 25th anniversary is coming up next year, I think, or 2021.
And I mean, besides
cool.
the Masterpiece figures that were released recently, not to mention the one Hasbro released was Optimal Optimus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both color variants, the SDCC, which I owned, which I think is a nice color scheme. I think I would like to see them tackle not just Beast Wars, but I like to see, like, because they're doing this whole trilogy, like after Earthwise, they should be like, it should be like War for Cybertron finale, and then like just start shipping figures that have like battle damage parts that pop off. You know what I mean? Like, that's something I'd like to see.
That'd be pretty. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Generally speaking, like, I think going back and revisiting any kind of the older shows could be interesting. Like even stuff like Armada and stuff, I wouldn't mind seeing a revisit with, maybe Minicron gimmick crippling transformations and stuff,
Yeah, I guess. Gotcha.
Just like they did with their Generations Armada Starscream.
Right. Yeah.
Like that was a really, like, and this is back when I was quitting Chug, but like back when I had that figure, that's a really good take compared to his Armada predecessor.
Yeah, it's a good mold. I mean, yeah, and like you just said, the gimmick really took over what the line did for Armada. I love the mini cons. I think they're pretty cool, but it did take away from like the transformation and stuff and everything, just like you were talking about. So yeah, it'd be cool if they did a line of Armada. Cybertron has some good ones. Like, I love that Megatron. I think it's a good figure, and the Optimus is a good one too, also. Mm-hmm. So I think if they took out all that, the Cybertron key stuff, or the key, all that stuff elements, and made stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
And like, like when you do that, like, you don't have to completely, quote unquote, remove the gimmick. Just like make it, let me peg a little mini-con in somewhere and just like manually flip something out or something like that. So I don't need a whole spring loaded plus some kind of, port and all that stuff to really make it work. Like, like Starscream having the swords that came out for Armada, like, that's fine. Just let me unpeg the swords, like, I don't need to do anything.
Well, he had that big old backpack, and how that fixed it. The deluxe one, you could flip it back.
Right, exactly.
With the original one, you couldn't. They were just stuck all the way out and everything. So
yeah. Yeah, so like that kind of stuff, like if you don't have to accommodate the springs and all that, and it's just like one piece flips out or something, like I feel like you could make a really cool line of figures, you know? So I'd like to see that.
Gimmick. Still have the gimmick, but a little better.
Yeah.
Greg, what would you like to see?
I think it's about time for some base. What'd you say?
Star Trek? No.
Star Trek.
Sorry. My bad.
Wrong. I do want to
podcast.
see. I do want to see Picard though.
Wrong.
I want
podcast,
for the next Transformers line. I want it to be Picard on CBS All Access. That's Picard on CBS All Access. Use promo code. No.
Use promo code Deluxe Life Chug Life 2020 and get 5% off for signing up to CBS All Access. You sons of bitches.
And a free chicken sandwich.
You get a free chicken sandwich at Popeyes. They give you free shipping on chicken sandwiches at Popeyes.
That's Popeyes chicken and biscuits. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Are we really sponsored? I'm thinking.
No, we're not. You're
really
getting excited.
beginning to think we are sponsored by Popeyes, and I'm
You
not.
might just be. I think you're just dreaming. It's because you're laying on your comfortable Casper mattress. That's Casper mattresses. Use coupon code Shattered Back.
Shattered Back 2020, and you'll get 5% off of shipping with an additional whopping 3% off the price. Hell yeah, my America.
You know what's just comfortable as a damn mattress? Some Mark Weldon underwear.
Speaking of Mark Weldon underwear, we're also sponsored by Trump 2020.
What? we should be sponsored though. I think we should be sponsored. Just I'm reaching out to anybody who wants a Bob's Bait and Tackle shop. If you want to sponsor us or anything like that. What was you saying, Greg? I'm sorry. You said Beast Wars.
Bob, he's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone dark lately. I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah, he's more. Wait, which Bob are we talking about?
Bob's Bait and Tackle, just gone dark.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Darth Sith face.
Oh
he's
man,
he's more diorama than man these days.
There's more foam in him than there is insulation in my house.
He's more diorama than man. That was a good one, man. Good one. Also, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You said you would like to see some beasties.
Yeah, I think some Beast Wars. If we're not going to do something all new that's not going to sell, we might as well. If we're going to be rehashing something, I guess it's time for them.
Give them their moment in the sky or day.
If only to clear up my Facebook feed of all those Stasis Lock posts. Let's get some Beast Wars on the shelves. God damn it!
They're recording tonight.
I would honestly like to see Hasbro tackle a combiner like Magna Boss or Tripredicus.
That'd be pretty cool.
I really would like to see him tackle something like that.
Give us some articulation and stuff because the old one didn't really have that much of a.
I want a Magna Boss that doesn't explode when I put them together.
I want a Magna Boss where the freaking elephant doesn't explode when you're transforming.
You know what? We should be sponsored by Stasis Lock. That's who should sponsor us, Stasis Lock.
That's Stasis Lock. Go to stasislock.com and put in code Shatteredcast Sponsor 2020, and they'll send you free shipping on their podcast episodes.
And chicken sandwich.
And a Popeye's chicken sandwich wrapper.
They'll give you
I don't know who those guys are, but I'm just saying.
They're wonderful men. They're wonderful men. Except for Mike. Yeah. Fuck Mike.
I know. Can't keep his damn Facebook account straight.
I know. I thought about he sent me a friend request, and I thought long and hard, like, do I want him as a friend anymore? I don't know. No, I didn't. He's a good dude. He lives right down the road. That's
Mike at Stasis Lock. Mike.com.
He lives right down the road.
Coupon code the Angry G.I. Joe guy lives down the street from Matt. Alt 7.
Alt F4. What?
Just all F4, you get it all for free, man.
If you go to stasislock.com, put in cheat code Rolling Tide Sucks.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Rolling Tide
Sucks. ABA.
Left down, left, right, up, super half circle, Shadokin, man. I got this covered. I'm the world's best hosts.
Hey, Oscar, where'd you get them 25 lives from?
Did you jump on the turtle a couple times?
Man, don't hate on me. I'm fucking fabulous.
Oh, I played, man. Last night me and the wifey was walking through Walmart and we saw the little 1-up games, whatever, in Mortal Kombat 2. was on display. I played it. I remember dropping so many quarters at the bowling alley playing that damn
Man,
game.
I remember I saw Marvel versus Capcom one-up.
Nice.
That was my shit back in the day, man.
At least I asked me if I wanted it. I was
Led
like,
to me getting my ass whooped by a bunch of Koreans, but still one of the best goddamn video games I played in my entire life.
And that's why you don't go talking shit around the MMC. No, I'm just kidding. Not trying to one up anybody, but I saw the Turtles of Time
did
machine the other day.
Nice. Belize asked me if I wanted it. I was like, $300
Did
bucks.
you play the
I'm
game using just your junk and testicles?
Well,
if you get them through, do you have a Costco membership, or do you know anyone that does? Does your mom have one?
No, we don't have Costco.
I feel like mom should have those.
Memphis is the closest Costco we have, and that's 3 hours away.
Apparently, if you get the one-up things through Costco, at least with a few of them that are out now, you get little stools to sit on. It's $50 more, but it comes with a stool.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I need. I need a stool.
For making your stool.
Oh, speaking of Belisa, she got home. The Olympics had to get off. So,
okay, we haven't even ended the show yet. We usually say that after we're done recording.
Yes. Oh, my bad.
You fucking sexy piece of shit.
Fuck me.
In the
that
butt.
was a damn double Answandra.
That's sure.
Oh, God.
Blah blah blah. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. I want to make sure on behalf of my brothers here on Shadowcast Uncut that you guys are enjoying your holiday season safely. That you OD'd on turkey and took the best fucking baby food nap ever known to man. Check us out on Facebook over at facebook.com/shatteredcast. Check us out on Instagram over at shattered_cast_uncut. We have over 1,600 followers. Good job, everybody. All right. And remember, on behalf of you and your friends, always collect responsibly. Think with your head, not your wallet. In the sake of Primus, love one another. I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, telling you and yours, have a wonderful week.
My wife's talking shit to me. I swear to God.
Shardouts to Courthouse Network, ROC, Edges Around, Tight Detox, Plastic Fanatics, Spirit Vultures, Newage Radio,
and my personal favorite, the well-established Gentleman's Show, Stasis Lock.
At Real Robot, at Fear Corpse,
I am Ratchet.
Third Party TF Crashers, and Open Your Toys Podcast.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is entertainment. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now.
Shut the fuck up, Chip!